welcome. So let's see, we got two BMWs out here. We got the Volkswagen, the fake Volkswagen. We have Aston Martin and a Sakura. Alright. Let's work on the Sakura. Vehicle won't start. Fix all engine problems. Brake system needs to be fixed. Okay. Let's run some diagnostics. Alrighty. So it's gonna... Hey, good morning. How's it going? Well, it's actually evening for me. But how you doing? I saw your post finally. I didn't... For some reason, like, the message and stuff doesn't pop up automatically from Discord. But yeah, it should be an interesting season. Does it start this week? F1 starts this week. They actually gave us... For PlayStation Plus, they gave us F1 23 as one of the games of the month now. I don't know if I'll try it. I do have a steering wheel, but the game seems very intense, so I'll see. It started last week, okay. I didn't see, I must have, it was Bahrain, right? I think I missed the coverage. I was like looking forward to it, and then I completely didn't see anything on it. Must have been on at like an odd time. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be another interesting season there. We'll see what happens. It's pretty much, yeah, gonna probably run the table again like you did last time. Oh yeah, she told me about that, and then that's when I looked at the messages. She was like, he said that he sent you a message. I was like, oh, I didn't even see it. Yeah, she did mention it. She was like, he said he sent you a message. I was like, oh. And then I saw it the other day. To be honest, I'm not really on Discord that much. And like I said, it didn't send me like a notification that I had a message. It sends me tons of other notifications, but nothing about that. Let's see if we figured out why it won't start. I saw a flight that was in Australia. They have a brand new A220 and it flew to Uluru. I forgot what city it left from though. But it was cool. It was a brand new plane. Just got delivered. Alrighty. So this vehicle won't start. 30% is the cutoff here. Starters at 35. Let's see. There's some engine issues here. I'm going to take a look at the ignition. Oh yeah, that he's leaving. He's going to Mercedes. Yeah, I saw that. Oh no, it wasn't. Who's he going to? I forget. But yeah, I did see that he's leaving. I feel like it was about time. He's been trying to hang on there as long as he can. They haven't really been competitive since what's his face left. Ferrari, yeah. But what was his teammate that was really good and he left? Because ever since he left, they haven't really been competitive at all. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's get some new spark plugs. The one that retired. I'm just gonna replace all of them. See if that helps. There's only one that really needs to be replaced though. Nico? Yeah, Nico. When Nico retired, right? Wasn't he the last one that like really was winning with them? He retired pretty young too. Maybe he saw that things weren't gonna be getting any better. Oh, we still didn't find it. Oh, we're gonna have to take the engine apart. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it was smart. He's like, hey, listen, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm out of here. This one looks like it needs to be replaced as well. No, that one's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's also one of those things where, like, if you're not really feeling it and you feel like you already did everything that you need to do, it's not really worth it anymore. And it's a lot of time away from family, and it's definitely a stressful job. You spend most of your time on the road. And then what do you get, like 2 months off? That oil pan was crappy. Just tag it. Okay. Alright, let's take this out. I'm pretty sure that this piston here is probably the one that we need to replace. Yeah. Yeah, that's why a lot of people like stop after a while. Because you definitely have to stay in shape. You can't put on like 30 pounds while you're not, while you're off. Yeah, that's the real reason they get paid a lot is because they make somebody else $1 billion. It's like when people always like complain about like athletes here in the U.S. Like, oh, this person got $400 million, and it's like, yeah, but somebody else made $3 billion off of them, so they can pay them $4 million. Like, drop in the bucket. But yeah, usually they're getting paid a ton because somebody else is making a lot more money. Alright, so we still have a few more things that we have to take a look at up here. Oh my goodness, this car is super rusty. Yeah, I mean, oh, but how can it's not fair that they make it? It's like, well, first off, again, somebody else is making, 20 times that amount, which is why they can afford to pay them that much. Alright, I took off some of the rust. Okay, let's get into this section here. Let's start off with the belt. Let's see, do I have to... I'm gonna take the coolant out just in case. Yeah, I had a friend, one of my friends last year went to 2 races. And then my wife's cousin and her husband went to two of the ones here in the U.S. My friend went to Bahrain and one of the other ones. Yeah, no, and it takes years of driving and racing, and then just to get to a point where somebody's willing to sponsor you, it does take a lot of time. I didn't watch that. Did you watch the movie from? I think Taylor saw it. Uh, the the Gran Turismo movie. I didn't see it, but I heard it was good. Yeah, now there are 3 races in the U.S., so I think it makes it a little bit easier to get to go. But yeah, supposedly that movie highlights like everything that they have to go through pretty well. Yeah, so in the U.S. now there's like Miami, there's a race in Texas, and now they have the Las Vegas race. I'm glad that they're not here in New York because it'll be crazy. Yeah, but it'll be. I think the season may turn out a little interesting. There'll probably be some surprises every once in a while, hopefully. Otherwise, it'll be boring. The same person wins every race again. It's not going to be that fun. Okay. Singapore may be actually more fun as well. There's definitely a lot to do. Yeah, my friend last year, I think he went to Bahrain and he went to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, right? See what else is going on. Just hide it. Just hide the whole race tracker. This thing looks like crap. Oh yeah, wow, one of those filters needs to come off. I think I was chatting with somebody in stream the other day and they said that they have like 900 hours on this game. I was like, that's insane. Let's see what we can fix. Alright, take that part off. Did I miss this thing here? Yeah, I guess I missed one. Wow, I can't believe I missed it. Let's see, did we catch everything? Yeah, we did. Okay, good. So, there's only one piston. I'm just gonna replace the one. Is there anything else that I need to hear? I think we're done with that shop. We definitely need a piston. I might be able to fix these rod caps, so let's hold off on those. Definitely get this piston. Let's see if there's anything we can fix before we start continuing here. These are from an older job. Alright, we got a quick ad break coming up. So just hang tight, we shall return. save some money on that. It looks like you might be okay with the rod caps as well. Okay. I think we should be back from the break. Oh, looks like we can fix most of these parts, so that's good. That'll save us some money. Oh no. I have to redo that one. Alright, I think we got most of the stuff that we could get. We bought the new piston. I think that it goes into this one. Alright. I could have replaced the other one, but I didn't feel like it. Oh no, it's still in the pad. Okay, so we did all brand new spark plugs here. Beautiful, and we were able to repair both of these. That works out pretty nicely. The only thing that sucks about these is that we have to do each of these caps. This part's always annoying. Oh, why are you losing your mind? Because it's going around in circles? They have some road tracks too, but for the most part they just do the circuits, and then it's broken down into 3 stages now. It's pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, nowadays, yeah. Yeah, they make a lot of money doing all that stuff, so most of the ads will be there. They've actually gotten a lot safer recently with their races as well. Sprocket's still good. We cleaned up that cover for the customer. Distributor rotor's good. Ah, interesting. Yeah, they've been doing this thing lately where a lot of our sports now, well, except for some of the major sports, some of like the regular things where there's still action all the time, like racing or You know, things like even sometimes for certain like hockey matches and things, they will continue to show ads while the play is going on. I guess I think they find that they get more revenue that way now. I think we're able to fix all these, so that was good. It's not a cultural difference, it's money. It has nothing to do with culture. It's just that recently they realized that they could do it. Yeah. No, it's just literally they really literally realized recently that like they've been missing out on revenue. And then most of the people watching anyway are like whatever, like it's not a big deal. Because like a lot of times now they'll do like a small window so you could still see the action. But I mean, the races are like 3 or 4 hours, and they're just going around in a circle anyway. So, but yeah, I guess they would revolt in Australia. Alright, a few more things on the bottom to fix, and we gotta figure out what's going on with this braking system. Yeah, they didn't even like warn us that they were doing it. Like just one day on sports, they just started doing it. It's fairly recent though. It hasn't been something that always happened. It literally happened in like the last few years. All right, let's get back in here. We should have been able to clean up all the rod caps. Yes, we were. All right, we did have to. Yes, we fixed that as well. Very good. Try to fix as many things as we can. That way we can save some money on the jobs. All right, put that one in. Another rod cap. Crankshaft bearing cap. I'm glad we didn't have to replace the crankshaft. I think we have to buy that oil pan still. I don't think we're able to fix it. Let's see in a second. Have you I don't know if I asked you this before, Bung. Do you have Gran Turismo? Because they do actually have that that one Interlagos, the Brazilian track in that game. Gotcha. Yeah, I actually like Interlagos. I like the technical sections that they have on the back end. Alright, so we're done with the starting issue. It was the oil pan. Doesn't really make any sense why that wouldn't let the vehicle start, but okay. Fixed all the engine problems. And let's take a look at the brake system. Yeah, I actually really like that track. I also really like it in the game itself. Alright, let's test. Oh, no oil. We gotta put the oil back in. Oops. I forgot I drained it. Yeah, it's actually has a lot of really good technical sections, and it does actually, like, you actually have to drive it very well. Yep. Yeah, it definitely flows really nice. And you can't really like take it for granted. You actually have to be strong going through all the sections, and you have to be very, very patient. You can't just like blow your way around it. And the turns aren't too crazy. There's that one turn in the beginning where it's a big left turn, but it's very technical. And it's a quick course. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with the brakes here. Yeah, I always think that the road courses where they're like in the back of a seat on the street in the city are always awkward to me. definitely like more of like a permanent track if it's possible. Okay. So we see what we need. We need new brake pads. One of the ventilated discs, the brakes needs to be changed. Okay, so those are the three things. Ventilated disc. So 2 ventilated discs and 1 set of pads. I always like to check these just in case. And I'm surprised that they're both aligned still. Alright, let's bring the car back into the shop. Yeah, and it just feels weird because it's like it's not designed for racing. So it seems like very awkward to me. And I get it, like they're trying to, bring stuff into certain places, but I think the feel of this racetrack feels a little safer. Remember they had that spill, where was it, in Vegas, like really early on? And it just like threw off the rest of the race. Like it's a little bit easier to manage something like that on an actual racetrack. Okay, so let's see. So it's ventilated. So it'll be the front ones. Trying to figure out if this pad that needs to replace is going to be in the front or the back. Let's see, how bad is this? One of them is 1%, so we're probably not going to be able to fix it. Other one over here. I actually just have to get the brakes done on my car, the rear brakes. It wasn't cheap, but now I don't have to worry about it for a few years. Alright, so it's not these front pads. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's that pad right there, good. So let's change that pad. Oh yeah? What happened? Did you have a nail in it? Let me just buy the pad that we need. That'll probably be something I have to do maybe next year if I'm lucky. Just do the tires then. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's probably close to the game's probably like 50% of what you do in the real world. Okay, we can lace these. Hey Kojo, how's it going? Long time no see. How you been? Yeah, Miss Giggles, I would say probably like maybe 50% of actually what you need to know about cars. But the tutorials help, and also you can just watch a bunch of videos. But it does help to have a little bit of understanding of how these things work out. Oh, good. You feeling better? I hope you weren't sick because the NFL season ended. Koja. Yeah, Bun. So you just changed it anyway. Got it. Yeah. Tires are a bit of a pain sometimes. But yeah, I ended up having to do the rear brakes on my car. They were like the pads in the back were less. They were bad. I want to say essentially there was nothing left on them. So I did the pads and rotors. I had to really do it. It's not cheap, but it was done right, which is why I had them do it. Like I could have saved money going to somebody else, but I wanted to make sure that they were done the proper way. And yeah, I was happy with the result. Again, it wasn't cheap. which is kind of the cost of having a vehicle. I probably will, I might do the front pads, because I just need to change the pads at some point. It was weird though, the rear pads were like non-existent pretty much, but the front pads were only about 70% worn. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Well, no, I mean, so in the US you have an option of going to like, I could have bought the brakes myself and then just had somebody put them on, and that would have probably saved me probably $500. But having the dealer do them, it wouldn't have been like skimping on the actual brakes themselves, just the work. Or I could have like trugged out somewhere and just did it myself. But the parts would have been the right prices. It would have just been the labor that would have been cheaper. They actually have you guys heard of that game Sifu? It's actually one of the free games this month, and I started playing a little bit of it yesterday. It's a story of you play like a kid who's trying to avenge the death of his father. Martial arts game, but if you die, you get older. So two things happen: you get a little bit more power and skill, but at the same time, you also get a little bit slower and a little bit less bounce back. So it should be interesting. All that work for just 1,000 credits, but we're good. But if you want, Miss Giggles, you can check out if you want to see kind of videos on how to play it and things on the YouTube page. Have the older videos because Twitch doesn't keep them on here for long. Alright, what should we bring in next? We have a nice little BMW here. Oh, that's all beat up in the back. Oh, they got crashed up. Look, Pennsylvania plates. Is this you, Kojo? We'll bring this one in. We're going to work on the other car that's there, which is the Aston Martin first. Looks like a Kojo mobile. Got PA plates. Alright, let's get a car for us. Really? It used to be my style back in the day. But then I realized I didn't want to spend that much money on a car. Oh, we got a Mustang here. Very nice. My friend actually had this 3 Series. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, my friend actually had this when we were in college. This M3. Yep, it was a 2002. It was all black. I wonder if he still has it. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure he probably gave it up. But yeah, he drove this to in college. Yeah, that's what they say. When I was in the UK, they used to say BMW owners are pricks. I was like, Alright, this is going to require a lot, so we'll probably use this one as our finished car for today. So here we have a ton of engine bay issues. I don't know if it does something to the people or it just, they're already ready for it and then the car they're just in the car at that point. We have a ton of stuff here, so, oh, and they also want us to increase the tuning. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up here. So let's get rid of any old parts, clear up some space. Yeah, right? Is it the chicken? Yep, it's definitely a chicken or the egg situation. If we get a green, you may hear an update. There we go. So we just got to the next level. I hope my friend's not watching. She's a BMW driver. Okay. Alright. So first things first, I like to start off So one thing you want to do, Ms. Giggles, is you want to try to get the diagnostic tools. They require you to purchase them with your experience points. But once you have them, it'll help you run diagnostics. This will give you XP, and it will also allow you to figure out what's going on with the cars a little bit quicker. So as you see, most of the engine components are very good on this car. This is the, we had an ignition coil that needs to be replaced. This is the OBD scanner. Only newer cars have OBD scanners. So if you get some older cars in the game, you won't be able to use that. And thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Alright, now we are testing the compression systems. Oh, we're going to have to take out the crankshaft. Okay, that one is not difficult. Is it? Yes, it is actually difficult. It's going to require a lot of work. This is going to be an interesting job. Oh, we have a relay that needs to come out as well. Okay, so we have medium fuse and a relay that needs to be replaced. Next, we're going to test the tires. Now, once you get to a certain point in the game, it won't require that you do too much tire work. So it's a little unfortunate. I actually like doing the tires and the balancing minigame, but you don't really have to do that unless after you do all the story stuff. Alright, next up, we will be testing out the fuel system. Okay, now I also do this visual exam, and this way we can see everything else that's going on. It's not everything, but it's a lot of things. And again, we're doing two things here. We're figuring out what's going on with the vehicle, but we're also getting a lot of XP. There we go. The AC compressor needs to be replaced. The clutch pressure plate has to come out as well. It's going to be fun. Alright, so we're going to try to make sure, oh, we see some, geez, we have some suspension issues in there as well. This car has been beat up. We have some suspension issues back here as well. Take a look at the exhaust. Looks good. Suspension section here looks okay. Next one. Oh, we got the wheel bearing. And last but not least, we're going to check out the last set of exhaust here. Ooh, that's a big one. And the drive shaft. Okay, I think that's everything that we can test with what we have at the moment. Alright, let's see. We still have some more things that are an issue. I'm going to take this. Let's see if we can run it on the test path real quick. And the engine can't be started. That's probably because of that exhaust part. So I'm just going to work on it from here. It's most likely not starting because of this exhaust pipe. Alright, let's go this way, clear everything that's here, and let's get into it. You know what, let me see if I can change this exhaust. Let's see if that'll let it start up. It also needs a new steering rack. Wow. Alright, so we're gonna have to buy that. Yeah, it is. It is a very British color. Let's see if this will let us start it. Nope, still nothing. Okay. It's probably because of the crankshaft. Yeah, with this and then the red interior. Yeah, it's strange. Okay, so I know that definitely gonna have to take out. Definitely need a new outer tie rod. We're going to take the inner tie rod out on that side. Let's make our way over to the outside. Take the tie off. Now, just understand with these, your tires are going to probably be larger in the back and smaller in the front. Alright, we gotta raise the car a little bit more. Alright, so let's take out the steering rack. Okay, I'm going to buy that now and put it in. Because these are unfortunately not repairable. Alright, I'm going to put the tires back on so I don't mix them up later. Because I never remember which one is which. Alright, let's put this rod back in. What's everybody been playing lately? Been playing anything new? I've actually just been streaming a bunch of the games that are available on PlayStation Plus. Like, there's this pool game that I've been playing, which is actually a pretty old pool game. I think it was on PS3. But it's still pretty fun. I've been playing a lot of 9-ball and just like blowing through matches very quickly. Alright, let's get under here. Really, I gotta take the roller off first. Ugh. Okay, drive shaft. Excellent. Alright, let's take off the front drive shaft. And we have to take off our transfer case. And let's do the starter. And the gearbox. Everything here is actually not rusty. That's pretty good. Oh, I missed the thing over here. I gotta take this tire off again. Okay, cool. Yeah, I picked up one of the older maps the other day. That at the time when it came out was like $40. It was $11, so I picked that up the other day. And I picked up a train pack. I usually don't buy train packs, but I got one. Crankshaft seal has to come off. I haven't seen one of these before in the game. Okay, let's take this off. I'm gonna do this hub while we're at it. Alright, so we're gonna take out the axle. Alright, we got an ad coming up in a few seconds here. So just bear with us. You should still be able to watch us in a little picture-in-the-picture view. Alright, so that hub is changed. Okay, we're gonna have to lower this. What are you interested in getting with that sale? Okay, we got an ad coming up, folks, so just hang tight. Looks like this is in pretty bad shape here. Gotta take this off from under the car. Are you kidding me? Got it. So you just be perusing a little bit there. Okay, so don't forget with this one, they do want a 5 to 10% increase in tuning. See which parts we can flip that with. It's gonna require a little bit more. There's so many parts here. Gotcha. That would be good if you can find some that are worth it. Oof, okay. Let me drain this guy before we continue. Because they're going to give us a hard time if we spill any of this stuff. Actually, let's just tag this throttle really quickly. I've been okay. Nothing crazy. This is bad. Let's see what we're looking at here. I've been alright, Kojo. Thanks for asking. Nothing, just working. They gave us the ability now to work 2 days a week from home, so I usually do at least 1 day. Still just taking care of family members at the moment. Nothing crazy. They took a trip out of the country in a few months, in July actually, for a wedding. But outside of that, nothing crazy. So many belt tensioners. The regular cars don't have all these things. This is why when you bring these cars in for service, they cost so much money. So many parts. Timing cover. Goodness. Okay, I think now we can take the oil pan off. Yeah, actually, it's not really a destination wedding. It's more like that's where they're from. So like the groom is from Denmark. So it'll probably be easier for everybody to go to Denmark than for everybody to come here for the wedding. It'll probably be cheaper. Yeah, so it's like one of those situations. And then like the bride has family in Europe also, and it'll be easier for them to get to Denmark than it would be for them to come here as well. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty, like, 70s-ish. But we gotta figure out which days we're gonna be getting there pretty soon, so that way we can get some good pricing. What I'm actually not necessarily concerned about, but interested in is the what time the sun is gonna set in July there. So we went to a wedding once in Michigan, and about 10 o'clock the sun was still up. Alright, can we find... Nope, we gotta go back up. Okay, is there anything else that we can take off while we're down here? No, okay. Whew, this engine requires a lot. Doing all this just to get to... Oh, maybe we could do the fuel rails too. They want 5 to 10% increase here. Actually, let me do the throttles. I think the throttles might give us enough. Throttles... Nope, it's gonna give us... Yeah, the throttles will give us 7. I'm just gonna change the throttles there. Okay, good. They wanted 5 to 10% change or increase in power. Alright, gotta get all these shoes out of here. Yeah, right. I think right now the labor cost, at least in New York City at the dealers, is like $190 an hour. Which is why I think the Bugatti's oil change is like something absurd, like $10,000 or something crazy. Because it takes them like 8 hours just to get all of the parts and components off. Too bad we don't charge labor in this game. They pretty much only give us money for parts. Finally we get this cam gear out. Putting all this stuff back together is gonna be crazy too. Because I still can't take this engine block off. Or at least the front cover here. Alright, this timing chain. This cam gear. You gotta be like super patient. Alright, we can finally get to this timing chain. Okay, now I think we can finally take this out. Yes, we can. No, we don't get money for labor. Alright, I think we can finally take out... No. Oh no, we still have to take out the pistons. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I mean, it will be hard to kind of time labor on it. I do all of these things. Oh, one of these ignition coils, I believe, needs to be replaced as well. Alrighty. So we're gonna finish this one up on the stream today. Usually we wrap up by in the 7 hour time, but we'll finish this one before we finish today. Okay, let's see. back in here, what do we have? Another timing cover? This thing is it's so intricate. Yeah, no, look, they just do, you know, for which things you found, they'll give you credit for it, and then like the payout on each of the things. So yeah, they don't really give you any labor. Okay, what's next here? Yeah, we can finally take off this cover. I have to do the same thing on the other side. And good thing this car is in good condition, so we haven't actually had to use any type of spray or penetrating oil to get these things open. This part's definitely gonna have to come out, but I gotta take it off. I gotta take the other section off on the bottom. Okay, so let me do the other side while we're up here. Let's take these out, this out. What's that? The dipstick tube, really? Look at how many screws they have here. Alright, and this is the culprit right here. This ignition coil needs to be replaced. Okay. Alright, now we have to raise the vehicle again, because we have to take that exhaust off from under the car. Alrighty. So these exhaust sections have to come off. Now we can go back up and take off the other piece there. Should have just taken those off first. And we have twin turbos. And this exhaust manifold is bad. There we go. Okay. Alright, what's keeping us from taking this off now? Well, while I'm at it, while I remember, they want us to also drain the brake fluid. So let's do that now. Probably, nope, nothing in the middle there. Oh, still some funky parts in here. There we go. How am I supposed to know this stuff is in here? I saw something else just now just turned green. Oh, it's the battery and stuff. Honestly, this is one of the most complex engines I've seen on here. Is it these little, no. I liked Skull and Bones, but I didn't buy it because I had a feeling that it was going to be one of those games that was going to be repetitive, where like you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I did not purchase it. If I get it for free one day, I'll probably give it a shot, but yeah, I was not. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I was trying to avoid this, but I'm just gonna take the engine out at this point. And let's work on it on the rack. I was trying to just work on it while it was there. You can use your engine stand if you get to the point where you have it. It does actually make these things a little bit easier because you can rotate. Oh, really? Spark plugs, that's what's holding us back. I probably wouldn't even remember that they were there because the engine, the ignition coil is in such a weird place. Yeah, I only did one stream of Skull and Bones. That was when that was just a beta stream. I haven't done it. I didn't do it after that. But the beta wasn't bad. I'm not gonna lie. But again, I got to a point in the even in that where like, because you're in an open world, like all the resources that I needed to complete a task were tapped out by all the other players, and it was like it would have required me to go much further than I was willing to do at that time. So I don't know. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't seen anybody really streaming it in a while. Like the first week or so, it was like very, very heavy, and then kind of died down. Are you ready to come out? Yes, finally. All right, let's take the whole engine block. Let's see if we can fix any of these parts. Now, unfortunately, most of these parts are in good repair. Yeah, like the interest in it really died out pretty quickly. The other one, the older game, didn't have this mini game. You just press the X and it either passed or failed. I guess they wanted to make it a little more interesting. But when they're in good condition, it's like the green sections are huge. Yeah, I mean, it kind of, a lot of people feel like it was like them making Assassin's Creed Black Flag like a multiplayer. And the stories were okay. I mean, I'm used to their characters and character development, which wasn't bad. But it was, yeah, I saw it. I don't know. Did you ever see that gas station simulator? It reminds me of that. I don't think I would buy it. And I used to really work in the supermarket at one point in life. So I don't know. It might bring back some bad memories. Have you played it, Miss Giggles? Yeah, but it reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen Gas Station Simulator. It reminds me of that. Oh, 20 hours. Oh, cool. Alright, so we were able to repair most of the things. So that saves us some money. Oh, actually, I understand that. It's already here. I'm just putting the parts back. Beautiful. Excellent. So we saved money because we were able to fix that. We were able to fix these gigantic crankshaft bearing caps. These are huge compared to the regular ones. It's a much bigger engine than most other cars that we've seen. It's a V8. But it's also the special Aston Martin V8. Okay, these are all in. 20 hours already, nice. I also like that there's a channel, like the station in the game is DRM free. So when you stream it, you don't have to worry about like getting any hits. I just got an updated version of this music software that I use to play around with music. They just They just did a new release on it, so I'm excited to take a look at that. I bought a new computer last year, so I'll run it off of that one and transition out of the older one on my older computer. But maybe I'll make some songs that sound like this. So Miss Giggles, I do recommend if you're working on big engines to bring them over to the stand and work on them here. Yeah, I got a new, just like a laptop, pretty much. Not an actual gaming PC or anything, just a laptop. And I bought a gaming laptop in like I think it was 2020 maybe? No, 2021. But nothing too fancy. It's reasonable. Yeah, sometimes if you see me streaming with the camera on, I'm usually running it through the gaming PC. Or gaming laptop. Oh no. I tend to keep computers for a very long time. I still have a desktop that I got in 2002 when I got to college, and it's still actually running. It still works. It's running XP, so I definitely pulled it off of anything useful. I have to get a new ignition coil. Ooh, the Hellcat has a separate ignition coil. That's scary. Alright, we replaced the bad one already. Yeah, laptops always, like, you always get to a point where they end up with an issue that it becomes a big pain to fix, yeah. Like, the reason that I ended up buying that replacement laptop is because my, like, daily laptop had, like, I can't close the screen right now. I closed it one night, and then I woke up the next day and opened it up, and the screen won't close, so. I was like, oh, I guess I gotta get a new one. Although I'm still using the one with the screen issue. Alright, here's the dipstick tube. I could put that back in. Gotcha. Yeah, these things, there's always, the laptops, the lifespan is a lot shorter than you think. Oh, nope, I did not want to put that battery back in. Let's get that out of there. Let's buy a new, oh, we gotta go to the other store. I just deleted something that I probably need and I'll figure it out later. Where was it? This exhaust manifold, there we go. The other turbo in. Swing over here. Fuel filter. I'm gonna put these caps in while I'm here. Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually customized my laptop. Usually I just buy like whatever's in the store. But this time I actually had this one a little bit custom built because there were some memory things that I wanted that I couldn't just buy already pre-made. And so it ended up coming all the way from China. from the factory. But I'm happy with it. And the price point was good. I caught it on a good sale. I don't really buy anything unless it's on sale, to be honest. We'll start putting these parts back in. We're gonna have to take our time here because there are a lot of things. Cool. Yeah, this is the first time I ever did it. Like I said, usually I just kind of, okay, I'll get what you have. All right, what deals can I get on it kind of situation. But this time I was like, you know what? I want to actually, because now they're pushing the SSD hard drives, and it's good and bad, but you don't get sometimes as much space as you used to get. So I had to end up pushing for some more traditional SATA. Oh, no, I need a new one of those. My bad. Like some traditional kind of SATA stuff that would fit with what I like to do. Yeah, I mean, I like for a desktop, I wouldn't mind building my own. I think at one point I'll do that one day, just to kind of do the experience. The only issue that I would be a little bit concerned about is kind of like the heat sinking issues. But outside of that, I think it would be a fun task. Where is it? I just got something else. Did I not tag it? I probably tagged it already. Yeah, I did. Let's see how many of these we need. Oh, you've seen some CLX streams on their builds on Twitch? Yeah, I've seen some YouTube videos of certain things being built. But, yeah, my price point is usually like large retailer with discounts. At least for now. One day I'll get a little fancy. It was funny, I was showing my wife a video of somebody who has like their own like cockpit for a flight sim. And she was like, would you want one? And I was like, yes. She's like, you didn't even let me finish. Oh, they went out of business? Oh, hey. Did I tag that water pump already? Yes, I did. Let's get that. That's sad. Oh, crankshaft seal. Oh, I don't know if I put that other seal on in the back. I'll get there in a second. Okay, now this one. What are we missing here? There it is. Now that should, yes, it allows us to put this on. Beautiful. And we're going to put our shoes back. Excellent. Intercoolers. We bought the new throttles. That should give us the power output that the customer is asking for. Yeah, she was like, you didn't even give me a chance to finish the sentence. I was like, yes. Of course, why not? Alright, what do we have here? Another shoe. Very good. Put that cover on. Cool, yeah, I'll take a look at it. It'll be a while though before I get to that point. What's the price points? Are the price points pretty good? And did you do like water cooling, or you just did like a standard cooling? But you said it's not a gaming one, was it, that you got? Alright, put this other throttle on. That should give us the 7%, which is between 5 and 10, which is what the customer is asking for. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's get back here, put the seal on. Yeah, of course you're going to get what you pay for, which is good. I get that. We need a new clutch plate. Oh, we fixed it. Beautiful. Pressure plate, we got to replace that one. Okay, cool. Okay, I think we got everything that we could do here at the moment. Don't think we're missing anything. Okay. Yeah, no, they're actually very efficient and effective. Alright, let's bring the engine back. And let's place it back in the vehicle. Let's move you. This, okay, looks good. Alright, we're going to have to lift this up to put these back in. So let's lift this up and put those exhaust parts back. We actually have to change this thing here too, so let's gotta take the tire off first. Yeah, I can stream on it. It has enough of everything to do streams on it, but I usually use the gaming PC for that. That was like the purpose of getting that one. But yeah, it can actually do, the new one can do everything that I would want it to do. It's very efficient. Because with the SSD, I can run, it actually automatically like loaded some of the games up from the gaming PC because they synced, which I was a little like, oh, I didn't want to take up all that space. But yeah, I could use it as a backup if I had to. So it essentially has enough memory and everything else to replace both of the PCs that I currently use, the gaming PC and the regular like daily PC. So it can replace both of them with the amount of space and memory it has. And the sad thing is it probably cost half of the price of both of them. Yeah. But that's just how it worked out. Okay, why? What happened here? Why is it not letting me put this piece back? Am I missing something? It's like a whole piece here that's like missing. I hope I didn't throw something away. I'm so confused right now. Did I miss something here? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Gotta put the spark plug back in. I'm like, why isn't it letting me do it? That was why. Alright, this is actually we're doing pretty well here. We're almost done. Don't forget, if you are here on the East Coast, we have to turn our clocks back this weekend, or forward actually. It's the spring ahead already. I know some of you hate daylight savings time, but it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, I think we did all of that stuff. We just have the fuses and a few suspension issues left. Okay, so while we're here, let's refill our fluids. We're almost done. That seems earlier than usual too. Okay, next one is the brake fluid. We gotta put that back. Okay, now let's take care of these fuses. Let's just check to make sure that was it. Okay, let's buy the fuses that we need. Okay, let's check. Alright, only thing left is these last few suspension issues. So we gotta take this wheel off. Okay, and we gotta take this rear link off. Just buy a new one. Yeah, but it's not everywhere in North America. That's why I was like mainly targeting us on these things. Some places don't change. A few holdouts there. And there's this nice hub here. I know I changed the front hub on the other one, but let's use the old picker. Yeah, no, because I learned that some places were like, nope, you don't do that. Alright, it's this one. Okay, good. Yeah, Arizona does it. And then, yeah, definitely for North America, yeah. But I know some places also in the Caribbean don't do it. Yeah. I'm like, there's no point in doing this. What did I just do? Why didn't I get this thing? Oh, you're in Australia? What's that? Is it? Bung is in Australia as well. The whole bung hole. Yeah, because we're the ones who tend to get the least amount of sun. Okay, I think we are done with this vehicle. Let's just check all the fluids, everything is done. We put the oil back in. Alright, and the last thing I'm gonna do before we wrap this up is let's take this one out to the test track, speed track. Let's take the Aston Martin out to the speed track. Oh, the tires aren't aligned now. Yeah, Yeah, also like those places are so large. 0 to 60, I didn't count any seconds. Alright, 100. 125, 130. 150. Still going. 160. Good thing there's no damage. Alright. That was the DBX. See, now with that interior, I would probably get like a black one or so. Yeah, a lot of people don't seem to like it so much there. I don't know. I haven't given it much thought. Alright, so last thing I'm gonna do is... Yeah, they do really well with the sounds on this thing. Let's just align those tires for the customer. And headlights are aligned. Beautiful. Oop, uh-oh. Fell down there. We're gonna make our way back to the lifter. And we'll cash this one in. So we did everything the customer wanted. 543 horsepower, wow. 16,000 miles on it. 21,000 credits. That's actually very good, especially for the amount of time that it took. But there was a lot to do. Alright, I'm gonna bring this other BMW in. And I'm going to pick up another car for outside. We did get the Chinese car DLC. So there's some Chinese cars and brands in here as well. I'm going to save the game. And I'm going to wrap it up, everyone. So hang out for a second. Let's see if we can raid someone. Say let's go to Spy Flight. Spy Flight is playing Microsoft Flight Sim. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it. Probably be back hopefully on Sunday. And also just you can always check out anything here on VOD or the YouTube page. Yes, thanks Miss Giggles again for hanging out. Hopefully you have a good day. Bung, good to see you. Kojo, of course, thanks for hanging out again. I'm glad you're feeling better. We're gonna run over to Spy Flight, and he's in the E175. So hang out here as the raid gets started. You'll have some good fun over there. Spy Flight is very, very fun streamer. And we'll catch everybody else later. Take it easy.